What's happening, guys? Back at it once again for another reaction to a certain score. So we'll get into it straight away. But actually, no, before we get started, I just want to say thanks for the couple of get well comments I got on the prediction video. I greatly appreciate it. I've got, apart from a bit of a blocked nose, a bit of a cough, a few sneezes on the odd time again. So apart from that, I'm feeling fine. I'm getting there. So thanks for the get well wishes, I greatly appreciate it. I'm on the mend. Apart from that, I'm not far away from 100%. So once again, thanks very much for the get well soon wishes. I greatly appreciate it. It means a lot. It's nice to see folks still kind of like my videos, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Rangers 4, Ayr United 0. We cruised to the semi-final of the Betfred Cup, which you wouldn't expect anything less for Rangers. You would expect them to cruise it. Like, you would just expect Rangers to. Look, no disrespect to Ayr United, they're a decent team. They really are. They're running the show in the Championship, and like I said in the prediction video, I think Ayr United will get promoted to the Premiership next season. I really think they will. I think they'll be in the Premiership next summer. I really do. But we'll get into it. First goal came for big Niko Katic. Now, I've always said on Twitter, even though I love Croatian players, I've always said when I see Niko Katic play, I love him. I love watching how he plays. And now you'll see why. He just jumps up for headers left, right and centre. It was a cracking header to put Rangers up 1-0. He's just that type of defender that Rangers needs. No disrespect to Connor Goldson, he's more of a defensive centre-back. Whereas Nikola Katic, he's a more kind of attacking centre-back, if you like. He's a kind of centre-back that's more of a goal-scoring threat. Don't get me wrong, Goldson's a goal-scoring threat as well. But in my opinion, he's not as much of a goal-scoring threat as Katic is. I love both of them equally. But I think Katic is more of a goal-scoring threat, which is what I love about him. So we go 1-0 up. We went up 2-0 later on, courtesy of a fantastic lofted pass by Captain Andy Halliday. Glenn Middleton taking a touchdown and striking it sweetly with his left foot. It's brilliant. It was genuinely a fantastic pass by Andy Halliday. We've all criticised him for his performances last season, but this season, I've said it before and I'll say it again, Steven Gerrard has lit a fire in Andy Halliday. He has. You can see how much Andy Halliday wants to fight for the club. And with that pass into Middleton, you can see why Gerrard wanted to keep him. I saw why. I'm glad I gave him the opportunity. A third goal came for Alfredo Morelos. What you'd expect? You would expect Alfredo Morelos to get his goal. Took it very well. End up getting a yellow card, which now he is suspended for the Betfred Cup semi-final against Aberdeen, which, oh, believe me, we will talk about. Gutted, but that is what it is. And then Rangers get their fourth goal from, you guessed it, Glenn Middleton. A fantastic pass into by Andy Halliday to Middleton. Middleton turning Lawrence Shanklin inside out. Basically threw on goal himself afterwards and just slotted it sweetly. Just slotted it just gracefully. Just basically, you couldn't You couldn't fault the finish. You really couldn't. It was fantastic. And he also almost got a hat-trick, hitting the side netting. Very unlucky. Every player to man was perfect today. Fotheringham wasn't calling too much, but pulled off one or two good saves. Couple of saves. Excuse me. Flanagan did well in that right back position. Joe Worrell, shaky at first, but eventually grew into the game. I'm interested to see what he's got to offer. Katic, excuse me, fantastic goal. Defensively solid as you'd expect. Who's at left back? Andy Halliday, fantastic captain performance. Andy Halliday he doesn't get a lot of credit. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. He went on loan to an Azerbaijan side. Didn't get game time. Played under a system at Rangers which didn't make sense at all. Came back to Rangers from Azerbaijan. Steven Gerrard took him on, put an arm around him and said, "We believe in you." And that lit a fire in Andy Halliday. And you can see the performances week in, week out he's creating. It's incredible. Andy Halliday doesn't get the credit he deserves. And Steven Gerrard deserves a lot of credit for lighting that fire in Halliday's heart. The midfield, perfect. Up front, perfect, apart from the Morelos yellow card. Other than that, fantastic professional performance, as you'd expect. My man of the match. We'll talk about the subs. Every sub was brilliant. Shout out to Eros Grezda. If that's Grezda when he's not fully fit, if I was an opposition fan, I'd be absolutely terrified to see Eros Grezda when he is 100% fit. Turning players inside out. I've seen him in highlights how fast he is, but genuinely, I had no idea. That's how fast he is, not fully fit. I don't want to see how fast he is when he is fully fit, because it'll be absolutely bloody terrifying. But every sub was brilliant today. Brilliant night before. You can't fault any of the performances. Man of the match, I had to give it joint because it was hard to decide between the two, so I gave it to both of them. Glenn Middleton and Andy Halliday. I gave it to the two of them because it was hard to separate them. Betfred Cup semi-final draw. Aberdeen v Rangers and Hearts v Celtic. My prediction: Rangers v Hearts final. But we'll get to that. I want to talk about what the SPFL and SPFA agreed with Police Scotland. Aberdeen v Rangers. 12 o'clock, 12:30 kick-off. Hearts v Celtic. 7:45 kick-off. October 28th. 2 semi-finals on the same day. 4 sets of supporters. Right. Is this a joke? Is this seriously a joke? I'm not being over dramatic here. I know this isn't the 80s. But you never know, do you? Right. You've got folk at Aberdeen coming down from up there, down to Glasgow. They'll not get there till about 15, half an hour after kick-off. It doesn't make sense. And you've got Hearts coming down to Glasgow as well. After Aberdeen and Rangers. Right, what I'm trying to say is, you've got these away support, the away ones from the likes of Edinburgh, and up in the Highlands near enough, up in Aberdeen. They're all coming down to Glasgow, and it takes extra time for them to come down. Especially for the Aberdeen ones. Would you not be better off have it both from on Sunday, but have one in Hampden and have one at Murrayfield? Who would you better off having at Murrayfield? Hearts v Celtic. In fact, no. Aberdeen v Rangers. Easy for them. It'd be easy for Aberdeen. Who would you rather have at Hampden? Hearts v Celtic. Easy for Celtic to get to, but in a way, easy for Hearts to get to as well. But this 2 semi-finals in one day, in the same stadium, it's going to cause travel issues getting to the stadium on time. Not only that, when the game's finished, you're going to have Aberdeen and Rangers going to get the trains home at the tea time, by the time they all get out. Who are you going to have coming in to get to the stadium? Hearts and Celtic. Now, I know it ain't the 80s anymore, and I know I might be overreacting here. Might be getting a bit over dramatic. I understand that. I know that's what some of you might be thinking. I get you. But you've got 4 sets of supporters potentially being in that same area. Arguably Scotland's top 4 clubs. Hearts, Celtic, Rangers, Celtic, Aberdeen. Scotland's top 4 clubs, and you're going to have you've got Aberdeen and Rangers coming home for the stadium, and then you've got Hearts and Celtic going to the stadium. The clashes would be absolutely catastrophic. Innocent people could be caught up in that. It is clear that supporters, that the SPFL, the SFA, Police Scotland, it is clear to see that they do not give a rat's arse about the safety of the supporters and the safety of the general public. You've got the 4 sets of supporters from Rangers, Celtic, Aberdeen, Hearts. You get the 4 sets of supporters. The police. You're going to have how many supporters is that? Over 100,000? The police are going to be heavily outnumbered here. They're going to have absolutely no idea how to control this. I know I'm mincing my words up about it, but I'm just going to finish the video by saying 2 good semi-finals, it really is. But to have them on the same day, one after the other, at the same stadium, I'm just going to finish by saying this. 100,000 plus supporters. This is a ticking time bomb that is just waiting to explode.